Hey everybody, happy Monday. Thanks for joining us here on Northern Life. Ryan is still out enjoying his birthday celebration.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be here with Hunter again today. And big bummer for Ryan because he missed out on some big time treats that we got from some loyal viewers. The Stenslins, they were here last week to drop off some treats, and this is all that remains. There was plenty to go around for everybody, and we decided to save some of these for folks who didn't get to work on the day that they were here. We purposefully had to set some aside because they were so good.
So fantastic. Sadly, I think Ryan won't be getting any because even though he's back tomorrow, these are going to be gone. What are we kidding? Come on.
Absolutely not. So a huge thank you to them, and thank you for stopping by the station to say hello. Some really loyal viewers that we have from the Grand Rapids area. They winter in Florida, though, I think. So there's some lucky dogs.
Now, there was correct me if I'm wrong, there was a crew that came up from Rochester, and they knew Laura Lee from back when she was down there. And I think these are the people also that knew her from down there and kind of came up here as well, like around the same time that she did. I think those are the two, if I remember right. But yeah, they're super nice people, and obviously making us all these cookies. My gosh.
So cool. And something else cool, Hunter. Did you know Northern News Now won the Salvation Army's media bell ringing competition that we did at Super One? Yeah, Ryan and Hunter were bell ringing the other week.
That was so much fun. I don't know if it means that we're better than all the other stations, but
I think it does.
I think it read between the lines.
We at least raised the most money while we were out bell ringing.
Yes.
So
it's
that's
pretty darn
great.
cool.
Yeah, cool for us and cool, for the people who the Salvation Army helps this time of year. So hopefully that goes and makes a dent toward the big goal that they have and all the fundraising with bell ringing. Bell ringers still out, for several more days before the holidays, so you can still donate to it if you haven't yet.
Genius idea to pit us all together as stations, we really get the competitiveness going. So very, very smart on their end, and it worked out. So very, very cool. We have to kick off this week with something super, super cool. Since we're partially an NBC affiliate, the network has been putting out feature stories on some of the athletes participating in the Winter Games. You've seen a couple of them here. We've been showing you here on Northern Life, but now they've dropped one about Duluth's very own Corey Dropkin.
Yeah, this is super neat. Corey is a men's curler who is ready to take Milan by storm. Here's his story.
Go, 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 go. Nice sweep.
One thing about my mixed doubles teammate Corey and I are really good at having fun.
Damn, girl.
Nice one.
Still got it.
Yeah.
And just loving playing with each other. And so that's what we were focused on at the Olympic trials.
Awesome shot for the Corey.
And it showed and thankfully paid off.
Corey and Corey, Olympic trials champions, moving closer to Cortina.
Corey Dropkin, curling. I'm from Duluth, Minnesota. When I'm delivering a stone, usually the first thing I try to say is clean. That tells the sweepers it's a good throw and that it's close. If I need them to sweep, I'm then yelling hard. If it needs to curl, I might be yelling, whoa. So there's an assortment of words that we're yelling down the sheet, and hopefully at the end of it, brooms are raising for a made shot.
Corey Dropkin with fantastic shot for the national title.
Winning last year at the national championships was definitely a huge milestone for us. Really just all of our emotions pouring out because we've all worked so hard to win in a big moment like that.
Okay, that is Team Corey and Corey Thiessen, who's Corey Dropkin's partner, also from Duluth. So hopefully she's going to get her own special feature package from NBC too. But how neat that we have a couple of Duluthians representing us at the Olympics.
And they're both named Corey. That's pretty awesome. So let's go, Corey. Definitely rock this sort of thing. And we did the curling thing back on Northern Life. I think it was last year. I have a whole new respect for those kind of curlers that are able to do that with such precision. And it actually is like a lot of athletic ability that you need to do this sort of thing.
It's so hard.
Yes.
So kudos to them. Represent USA well over there in Milan. Best of luck to you guys. Well, if you spent any time at the Dex Arrowhead Ice Fishing Show and Winter Show over the weekend, maybe you saw some folks playing ice bocce.
Yes.
This is interesting. Yeah, it's a pretty new sport. We're told it takes the best parts of bocce ball, curling, and shuffleboard. While it's typically played on ice, of course, hence the name, folks were able to try it out on a sandy indoor setup at the deck this past weekend. So here's how it works. Two teams battle it out, tossing their disc down the lane. The goal is to get closest to the target to score points, or of course also you could want to bump your opponent away from the target too. But that would be fun. I saw some video too of this being played actually like on a lake. ice bocce.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like frozen lake, obviously,
Sure.
and they like toss it out. And what a fun like outdoor game to try out.
I like it because the one thing about curling that I'm not a huge fan of is how you have to get down in that little like ball position. I think you can stay standing for this the whole time. You know, it's pretty even more a little bit relaxed, which I really like in this sport.
Yeah, and entry level curling.
Yes, which I'm a huge fan of.
Also, don't forget, by the way, if you did enter our drawing at the Airhead Ice Fishing and Winter Show, we were giving away a $100 Marine General gift card. We're going to be doing that drawing tonight during our 6 o'clock newscast on NBC. If you happen to be watching us at 6:30 on CBS, well, if you were the winner, we'll make sure to give you a call. But that drawing coming up tonight.
Hey, after that past weekend, I mean, with how cold it was, I think it's a lot of lakes hopefully getting ready for some people to get out there. Always be careful, of course, but spend that money and get out there and have some fun for sure.
Are you hoping to get out there ice fishing soon?
I do have a weekend plan right before Christmas. I believe we're going to be going out and doing the whole bit out there. We sometimes spear out there a little bit, and oh my gosh, that's so much fun. So
spearing, how do you just like
you have like
cut
a trident.
hole in the ice and then you just
you feel like Neptune. You know, you got this big old spear. Yeah, exactly. And of course, you got to eat the fish.
Right.
So yeah, it's another fun way to fish for the most part. Have you ever ice fished before?
No, I haven't, because you guys went out when I was on my maternity leave and did the ice fishing. I was with Dan and Adam.
Yes.
Okay, we might have to redo that because I've never technically been ice fishing. I went out with the station crew and we had kind of like a little weekend party once and gave it a try. But
I think everybody that lives up here should try it once for sure.
So. Coming up, could we be seeing the end of landlines? We'll tell you about it after the break. Welcome back, everybody. There was a time not long ago when having a phone meant you had to plug your device into the wall to make a call, not to charge it. You literally had to plug it in to make the call. Those were the days of landline phones, Hunter. You're young. I don't know if you know about a landline.
This was at the very beginning of my life. I remember because you couldn't be on the internet either, right? When you made the call, or else you heard the dial-up tones. And
it was one or the other.
Yes. Yep. Well, now there's proof that landlines may be going away for good as AT&T plans to discontinue traditional landline service in Wisconsin by the end of 2029. Our sister station in Illinois shares the story.
For a bedroom, we have this Princess phone.
The year was 1977, and Illinois Bell was using Robin Williams to promote its landline phone business. Now, AT&T customers are getting letters like this one, telling them that the company will be pulling the plug on its landlines in March of 2027.
We got that letter, and we're supposed to look at it better, and I haven't done it.
Samantha Loomis's parents don't want to give up their landline.
They're set in their ways, and they can't rely on a cell phone service in a small town. If it was to go out and they needed to call an ambulance or a fire truck, they wouldn't be able to.
AT&T first started lobbying for the end of expensive-to-maintain plain old telephone service back in 2017. The Citizens Utility Board has been fighting to keep those landlines connected.
This was a sad and frustrating development. There are still a lot of people who could use plain old, no-frills phone service that's reliable and affordable, but it's not surprising because the company's been trying to do this for years.
But overwhelmingly, Illinois customers prefer their cell phones. One recent study from the research firm Chamber of Commerce found that 2/3 of homes have no landline, compared with 1/3 who still do, a little over 3 million people. In a statement, an AT&T spokesperson said the company is working with its customers to upgrade their copper-based service to newer, less expensive options like AT&T Phone Advanced. As part of that upgrade, he said, copper-based service will eventually be discontinued in these areas. This is a multi-year process, and no customer will be left without access to voice or 911 service. But these friends in Chicago from Ottawa, Illinois on a shopping trip say old habits die hard, and that their parents will be hard-pressed to give up their landlines.
My mother is a landline user, for sure.
My dad will keep it. He will keep it. He does not want a cell phone. As long as he can have it, he'll have it.
I can totally see the point of if you live in a rural area. I mean, myself, luckily we have cell phone service out there.
Yeah.
But if we didn't have that, there'd be no way to make a call unless you had a landline, you know?
Right, that would be super tough. And totally, some people just don't want to use a smartphone or even like a flip cell phone. It changes hard.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
So moving away from the landline could be tough. But I don't know, we got rid of our landline at my parents' house years and years ago.
Yep.
But I remember it was kind of fun to dial the phone number. You remember it off the top of your head. said. And I wasn't very good at remembering phone numbers. I think one time my friend's phone number and my grandma's phone number were very similar. Oh. And so I called my friend's house thinking I was calling my grandma, and I was like, "Hi, Grammy." And my friend's mom answered, and she was like, "Oh, this is Briggs, isn't it?" This is not your Grammy.
What are you trying to reach there, Briggs? Can I help you out? Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah. There's also something to be said about like slamming the phone down. You know, like you had the receiver. It was kind of nice to be able to just audibly put that down and hear the ring and stuff like that. Even like the old rotary phones. I know that's way before our time, but
I don't even know if I would know how to use that.
No. Super cool though.
It is. Well, speaking of things from our past, the iconic Buffalo Bills Stadium in New York is about to be history as the NFL team gets ready to move into a new stadium after this season. So before that stadium goes, though, Bud Light is celebrating the tradition of Highmark Stadium with a special new brew. It's called the Blizzard Brew, and it's created to recognize the many, many hours that Buffalo Bills fans have spent shoveling out that outdoor stadium before most of the NFL team's winter games. Get this, they did use real snow from the stadium in the brewing process of that beer. Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about that.
It's a little gross, right? Maybe it's a tad weird because, I mean, who knows what's on the floor of the stadium of the, I mean, it's kind of a little bit gross, isn't it?
It's weird, yeah. I can't wrap my head around that because when I think of snow, I think of like dirty snow that has been plowed. I mean, obviously this is maybe hopefully clean snow that they collected in a nice jar, fresh after falling from the sky. Or maybe they didn't even let it hit the ground. They just held it up or something. But yeah, those Buffalo Bills fans, they'll probably drink it.
They seem
a little rowdy out there. But kudos to them too for helping their team by shoveling out the snow all the time because they get a lot of snow there, don't they?
They get a ton of snow. Like the South Shore in our region gets a ton of snow, but they're like in a position where they get feet upon feet of snow per snow event. So it's insane what they go through. I didn't know the stadium was moving. I wonder if they're going to close it so they don't have to shovel it anymore or anything like that.
I would venture to bet that would have been a good idea, but something tells me that they might have been like, no, we got to hang on to tradition, have that no roof stadium. We'll see. I should have looked into that.
It's interesting. Very interesting, though. Let's take a gander. Meanwhile, before we go to break here, the Q-Tips brand is debuting Huge Tips, its first ever 6-foot swabs. Everyone's asking for this. Huge Tips, a playful tribute here, tapping into a rising trend of consumers using Q-tip swabs for alternative tasks like dusting high shelves, cleaning hard-to-reach corners, or creating bold strokes on large-scale art projects. You can buy a Huge Tip for $35. So get in line there.
Yeah, I'm already in line. We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back, folks. After a couple of meager winters, Minnesota businesses that rely on snow are seeing a much-needed uptick in sales.
Yeah, John Lordson shows us how the rush is having a trickle-down effect.
I think there's a little PTSD in correlation to not getting any snow or ice, honestly.
At Power Lodge in Ramsey, the past few years have been full of stops and starts.
During and after COVID, there was a dip in snowmobile sales, but just when it looked like things were getting back to normal, Mother Nature threw a wintertime curveball.
It's been really tough, honestly. Not having snow for 2 years and actually one of those not having ice.
Tyler Rolls is director of sales at Power Lodge. He says ice is good for ice anglers who use snowmobiles to move their gear. And the December snow is a welcome sight for trail riders.
The phones are ringing off the hooks for people inquiring about sleds.
Rolls says sales hit a low when they declined nearly 30% over the past 2 years, and it led to some tough personnel decisions. Now the phone is ringing off the hook in the repair center too, as people are finally looking to get their sleds out of the garage.
There's been a lot of them that have been sitting around, could get rodents in them, stuff like that, dead batteries. We've seen a huge uptick in business as of right now. This last week has been really, really busy for us. We absolutely love it.
And as long as the cold and snow stick around, there'll be reason for optimism across the store.
So for us, it means January and February hopefully comes with apparel sales, plows for ATVs, all the accessories that come with these things.
In Ramsey, John Lordson, WCCO News.
I think it's probably good for a lot of people when the snow really does fly around this region, especially. I mean, I know we've done this story before about like the bars out in the country.
Yes.
Like after deer hunting season ends, there's like barely any business that's able to go up there. So they really rely on those snowmobilers and all those people to get up there and spend money at the bars, you know?
Yeah, no kidding. That's so true, especially where my husband's from in Eagle River, Wisconsin.
Yes.
That's like, I think they unofficially are called the snowmobile capital of Wisconsin, or
Sure.
maybe the whole U.S. I don't know. They might have big, lofty claims there, but like so many snowmobilers typically come through in a good winter. The last couple winters, not so good. So yeah, those restaurants struggle for sure.
It's funny to see just how little snow too. The very first snow that there's a ton of snowmobilers out there. I'm like, I'm still seeing dirt flying up from the tracks when you're on the snowmobiles. It's like they are so eager to get out there. It's the best.
I know. Remember when we went to the Pequot Inn and we did the rental snowmobiles? That was so fun. But I did feel like we were at the end of the season at that point, so maybe we should go back and give it another try.
When there's a ton more snow, a fresh pack maybe, oh my gosh, it'd be a blast. So let's do that sometime. Bentleyville won this huge holiday season here an award from the nationwide competition for the 4th year in a row here, Briggs. Bentleyville's Tour of Lights was voted the best public holiday lights display in the country by USA Today. Let's go. That's a national publication, by the way. It's also the 6th time that Bentleyville has won this honor since 2018. 5 million lights light up Duluth's Bayfront Festival Park during Bentleyville, and more than 300,000 people are expected to attend. Bentleyville will be open every day through December 27th. I have not gone yet this year, Briggs. Have you?
No, not yet this year. It's still on my radar, but I think, this weekend's supposed to be pretty nice-ish, warmer?
It is a little bit, warmer this weekend. I think it's going to be in the 20s or something like that. So that's perfect weather to get out there and celebrate the lights. And, very
better
cool.
than last weekend.
Oh my gosh, I wonder if they probably had a downtick in business when it comes to last weekend. Oh my gosh, still to come here, a look at what's coming up on tomorrow's show. We're going to be right back here after the break. Hey, we hope you had a great Monday here with us on Northern Life. And coming up tomorrow on Northern Life, we're going to make sugar cookies with Sugar and Bee Cookie Company. If that company sounds familiar, it's because you've seen us making cookies together before, but just how special is it that we're able to do this again? It's really cool that she was able to come back in, and now we're doing a more holiday-themed, the holiday tradition for many as we decorate the delicious treats. Not to mention, Ryan will be back as well. He's going to tell us all about his time off, celebrating his birthday, and missing out on those wonderful cookies that were brought in by that wonderful family.
Hopefully there'll be maybe like one left for him. We'll hide it like in the break room.
In the corner of the room or something.
Here's your dusty cookie that was perfection when it was first dropped off.
Bon appetit, Ryan.
And I've had so much fun with you all in the past couple days, filling in for Ryan too. So hopefully I'll be able to join you guys again from time to time. I'll look for the invite in my texts. In the meantime, I'll be joining you all here at noon with your latest midday headlines in the meantime, which has been super fun. Big news days recently since I've been back. So
my gosh.
Lots going
Chaos in the newsroom. It's a lot of fun. But always awesome to have you here, Briggs.
Thank
you so much for joining us. Yes,
Appreciate
my gosh. We love you all at home, of course. Have a great Monday.
Yeah, we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.